All right, let's get into some, I guess, vinyl finds. I guess I could say I found them. Okay, the first one is Minor Threat Out of Step Outtakes. There's 2 songs on this thing, and then there's a recording of, I guess, a discussion within the band, and the outtakes of In My Eyes and Filler, they sound very similar to what you'd hear on the Minor Threat singles. They're a little different, fun to listen to. Strange thing about this record, let's see if I can get it here. Strange thing about this is the filler song is hidden within the Addams Family song, meaning there's 2 on side B, there's 2 grooves. So if you want to hear filler, you got to pick up the needle and put it on the right groove. And if you want to hear the discussion, which you don't because it's kind of dull, you got to put it on the right groove. So on this side, if you get this thing, the side where it shows them jumping up in concert, you're gonna feel that you've been cheated out of either the filler song or the little discussion. But you haven't. You haven't been cheated. You just got to pick the needle up a few times and find what you want. Anyway, that's the Minor Threat demos, and it's okay. Not really worth what they're charging for it, but whatever is. Okay, there's that. Now, let's get into Agent Orange. Now, this is my original... Hold on. Wow, I got the stickies. This is my original copy of the Living in Darkness. This one right here on the Posh Boy, and it's autographed by Mike, lead guitar and vocalist. There you go. It's a wonderful record, but if you can't afford an original copy because they charge too much, you can get this copy. And this thing has 5 extra songs. It has 5 extra songs on it. And they are America, which is not very interesting. And then Bored of You, Mr. Moto, Pipeline, and Breakdown. And those other, the America song's kind of dull, but the other ones are really good. Do they fit with the original songs on this? No. You can tell they weren't done during the same recording session. But it's nice that they re-released this thing on Radiation Records with extra songs on it. And this is the black vinyl version. And it even comes with the lyric sheet, which is an exact replica of the original. So nothing bad to say about that new Living in Darkness by the fabulous Agent Orange. They're great. Okay. Now, I finally got a Beatles record. I didn't have a Beatles record because wasn't really into them. But I still don't have a Beatles record. This is the Weasels. This record is called The Liverpool Beat, sung by the Weasels. And here it is. And that's it in the background. And the songs on this thing are I Want to Hold a Hand, She Loves You, My Bonnie, Green Sleeves, Danny Boy. And From Me to You, saw her standing there, way down upon the Swanee River. This Little Light of Mine, which is playing right now. I love it when Granny would sing that on the Beverly Hillbillies. Oh, that was great. I wish I had a record of Granny singing. Wonder if there is one. Anyway, I would seek that baby out. And then Corrina Corrina. And this is on Wing Records. And I don't know when this thing came out. But it is the Liverpool Beat by the Weasels. And there's a bunch of other records that they're advertising. So this is the nearest thing to a Beatles record that I have. The Weasley Beatles. And it's very enthusiastic and jumpy. Okay. I also bought this at the used record store in fabulous Hamtramck before the Belushi Speedball show. What a name. Anyway, this is Don't Stop, Billy Idol. And I guess you'd call it a maxi single or something. And it's got Mony Mony. Excuse me, I got the coughs. Baby Talk, Untouchables, and Dancing with Myself. The long version of Dancing with Myself. And this thing was $3. And it is what it is. I recorded it sped up and that helped. Anyway, okay, let's get into something that is mind-numbingly good. Yeah, there you go. There's some language for you. Mind-numbingly wonderful and good. And it is Who's Screwing Who by TSOL. What this thing is it's a bunch of old songs and newish ones by TSOL, and they're redone. But I've seen TSOL enough in concert recently to know that what's on this thing is just the set list that you can expect from a regular old TSOL show. Not one of the shows where they, are doing the first two releases, but, just a regular TSOL show. And it's like what you heard in the concert, but done in a studio. And this is called Greatest Non-Hits, Who's Screwing Who? It's on Cleopatra Records. And the original versions of these songs are just the greatest thing in the world. They're the best. And the redoing, although they don't really redo them, kind of play them kind of straight, they're the best too. Because the songs are so good. Like Sounds of Laughter, World War III, Superficial Love. No matter how you hear those by this band, they're out of sight. You love the new way they do it. You love the old way they did it. This thing's also got a bunch of songs that I don't have because I don't really have a lot of TSOL's new releases. So this thing was beyond satisfying. If you're into TSOL, which I don't know why you wouldn't be, but I guess some people aren't. Who's Screwing Who is for you. All right. And there's my first Beatles record by the Weasels. Okay. Last but not least is the Belushi Speedball. Here's the first little 7-inch I got of them, called This Is What We Look Like. I've had this for a while. At the concert, I had the lead singer autograph it, because I think the band members kind of go in and out of the band. Because I asked him, could I get the band to autograph this, and he gladly autographed it. But he didn't offer to have any of the other band members autograph that particular release because I don't think they were there at the show. Maybe the other band members that were performing that particular night in Fabulous Hamtramck weren't on that release of This Is What We Look Like. But I did buy this record from the merch table. And the wrapping on it was like rubber. And I'm trying to open it up to get him to autograph it, and I bent the cover trying to open this thing. But there's where he autographed it. He chose to autograph it in a strange place with a green marker. And as you saw on the videos, this is the Belushi Speedball What Us Worry record. So if you're into Municipal Waste, you're going to think that this is a great record. If you're not into Municipal Waste, I don't know, then you probably won't like this thing. If you don't like that, I call it goofy DRI type stuff. You know, like DRI if they were kind of goofy and fun. That's what Municipal Waste and Belushi Speedball are like. Anyway, doesn't really have any standout songs on it. They're all just crazy and fun. Comes with a little lyric sheet. I suggest buying this thing, preferably from the band, but if you don't live in the Midwest, I don't know where you're gonna be able to get a copy of the What Us Worry by the Belushi Speedball from one of the band members, because they're a Midwestern thingy. Anyway, that's it. That's all my new stuff. That TSOL is really worth seeking out. Who's screwing who? The Weasels singing Beatles songs. That's, well, I think it's kind of funny. Agent Orange. The Living in Darkness reissue on what's it say here? Radiation Records. That's definitely worth seeking out. And the Minor Threat thing, take it or leave it. Yeah, the Minor Threat thing, I mean, Minor Threat's great. I bow to Minor Threat, but that particular release isn't really a must-have. It is weird that they did the double groove, and they don't tell you that it's a double groove. Excuse me, you've got to find out on your own. I thought I'd been ripped off. I thought I got a faulty copy. I go, where's the song filler? And it took me like a day to figure out that there's a double groove on that. Because anything that came with the release doesn't even hint at that. Anyway, that's the video. And I don't have any shows coming up to go to, you know, for the rest of this month. So no live stuff. But I am going to do a top 5 comedy record video, maybe later on tonight. You'll know if it's later on tonight by this wonderful No Means No t-shirt I got. Ay, ay, ay. All these discos.